Hello, everybody. This is Takedown Wrestling, and we're previewing another matchup. We're talking with Michael Kemerer, the Iowa commit. Big matchup for him. He's looking for some redemption against Freddie Stroker. How we doing today?
Good.
Is this like a redemption for you? I mean, you've been wrestling some pretty big studs here, but Stroker's has your number here as of late.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty cool to have an opportunity to wrestle him. I've gotten to wrestle a lot of good guys the past couple of weeks. So, um, we haven't wrestled since Fargo last year. So it's nice that I'll be able to wrestle him at least one more time before we both go off to college.
I mean, you guys have probably completely changed from then to now. And man, you knocked off the um, number five guy, number four, and number three, four-time state champ Max Thompson. And I know how he wrestles. I'm very familiar with him. And you put on a show at the Dan there. Talk about where's your head at? You're just basically not backing down from anybody at in these all star meets, and your parents are just flying you all over the place.
I mean, I guess I just kind of see it, like I said, it's just an opportunity type thing. And, I'm here now and I get these opportunities to compete. And, I'm not going to have opportunities like this forever. So, I just look at it as it's fun to wrestle the top guys and to test my skills against guys from all over the place. So, I just kind of look at it as an opportunity to, show how good I think I've gotten and put my skills on the line and put my ranking on the line too.
Yeah, four time state finalist, and this year you got the job done. And how good of a feeling was that?
Oh, it's a great feeling just because, it was like every year at the end of the state tournament, I'd have to be all down and, have to think about how I had to wait 365 days for my next chance. And it was nice to be able to go off and kind of just have a feeling of like a satisfaction that I did it. But, now that I've done that, there's bigger things. I was at the NCAA tournament and there's a lot of great wrestlers there. So it's always something to look forward to next, but it was definitely good. You know,
How was that feeling? I'm sure you've been to other NCAA tournaments. How was that feeling sitting in St. Louis, knowing that you're going to be wrestling for Tom Brands and company and the Iowa Hawkeyes, sitting there in the stands and just watching everything unfold, and knowing that you're hoping that you're going to be there someday?
it was great, just watching first off the support that they got from the Iowa section, all the people I was sitting around, it was kind of like almost when an Iowa wrestler would win, the section would get real loud when they'd lose. It seemed like everyone else was cheering. So I think that'd be a cool thing to be a part of, just being relevant. Whereas a lot of kids, they might be a good wrestler, but if they lose, it's if their school's not that good, it's not really that is special. But just being relevant and having big matches and always being watched, that's something that's pretty cool.
And you're no stranger to being on a big stage. St. Louis, obviously, that's going to be probably the biggest stage that you've been on to date. But I mean, Ironman champ, Powerade champ, Dapper Dan on the team, Fargo. I mean, being a part of Agon, is this the biggest event that you've been a part of as far as being on pay per view and being a part of a marquee professional bouts with Ramos, Metcalf, Pico, Cejudo? I mean, the likes of those guys, you're going to be right there with them.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing that's so interesting about it is just I'm just entering into the college scene and those guys have already finished and been successful there. So it's going to be kind of cool to be open up for them, and then maybe someday Aegon gets it's real big and it's still going on, and I'm the main event and there's other high school kids wrestling. So I think it would just be kind of cool for it to all come full circle like that.
And with Young Guns, I just got a chance to talk to Josh. How important has that been in your development throughout the years in your high school career?
But yeah, it's been huge just because I started going there in sixth grade, and it just kind of taught me to think ahead. And when you wrestle in elementary school, you're just kind of doing it and just what you do. But once I started wrestling for Young Guns, they start talking about the the college guys having success, and I just saw that in front of me, and it really helped me to learn to set goals for myself, and and I had partners alongside of me who were setting really good and helping me work hard and think about the future. And obviously, the strip matters have been great coaches, and they've pushed me towards my goals too. So it's just been a great process.
And what makes them successful? Did they push you to be a part of as many tournaments as possible in the off season?
Yeah, I think that was a big thing, was to there's no reason to get work hard and get better if you're not gonna go out and compete. And they're always, it's nice knowing that they're always going to be at those tournaments, Super 32, Fargo, they're always there. So it kind of feels like, well, everyone else is going. So, I'm going to have a team there. So it makes me want to go too.
With how many matches and how many tournaments you've been to, do you have any clue how many matches you've actually wrestled up to this point?
Oh, I have no idea. I try to get.
That'd be something for your dad to get on, trying to figure out how many matches you've had. I mean, it's when I was growing up, my dad had like this little notebook the size of a phone, and he kept all my matches in it. And nowadays it's all computerized, and so it's just too easy to find that information. But seeing your resume, I know that you've wrestled more matches than just the average kid, and it's very impressive to see your resume. What are you most proud of up to this point?
I think probably it was winning that state title this year, just because. And I mean, I think I've wrestled. I mean, there's tournaments that are tougher than the PA state tournaments, very tough. But some of those national tournaments are really tough. But it's just the end of the year mentality, that's what you train for during the season. It's kind of like the end goal. Finally winning that bracket, and there were a lot of tough kids in that bracket too. So it was just it was something that it felt great, and it was a good accomplishment, I think.
So moving on now in this postseason, like I said, you've beaten the number 5, number 4, then the number 3 ranked wrestler in your weight class. And as you prepare for Stroker, and again, you've already lost to him twice, have you had a chance now to focus towards specifically this matchup next Friday?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I've gotten to watch, him wrestle, and we've kind of seen each other at tournaments, and we've even like practiced together before when we were younger. So I think we're pretty familiar with each other's styles. But like I said too, it's been a while since we've wrestled, so things change. But I think the main thing is me just focusing on myself and my own performance. And I think if I go out and just try to put points on the board and wrestle hard, that I should have the confidence that I've worked hard enough that I've earned it.
And I think this will be, Pecos said his match will be a war that will be remembered. And in my eyes, this actually is a big buildup because when I watch your guys' matches, you guys are both equally, you guys can get into each other's legs very good. I mean, neither one of you guys had issues getting in each other's legs. So I'm really excited about that. And then just the future of seeing Big Ten teams, what that future holds for the Gophers and the Hawkeyes. And that's going to be a big draw, I think, for the fans in Iowa. And hopefully we see some fans from Minnesota drive down and pack the stands and make this what it deserves to have. And when you come into Iowa, you're going to be coming again, correct, for the Dream Team? You still there? Looks like I lost.
Still here?
Yep, I got you. So you're coming back for the Dream Team Classic.
Right.
I lost you. But, well, can you hear me?
Connection back. You hear me?
Yeah, we'll try to edit that part out as best we can. I think we might be back now. So you're coming back to Iowa for the Dream Team Classic, another All-Star event. What's next for you after the Dream Team Classic?
I mean, I think since it's been a long season, I've been competing for a while. I'll take some time to just, train, focus on my technique and getting stronger, whatever. But, then freestyle season, continue with that. I think I'm going to try Wrestle Fargo this year again. So we'll just kind of be ultimately planning for that. That'll be my big thing this summer. And then I'll probably do a couple things with the young guns too. Just usually I train with them a lot during the summer and compete with them, and then eventually it'll be off to school, so it should be good.
Besides your match, which one are you looking forward to seeing? Ramos, Metcalf? Do you have a favorite? Cejudo, Pico? Which one of those, or even in one of these high school matches, are you looking forward to the most?
Yeah, I think the Pico Metcalf match. Just when I first heard about it, I thought it was great because Metcalf, he's been around for a while, and I know Pico is real tough. He's been doing real well, so I think it'll just be interesting to see how they wrestle. I don't know. It's just different. It's a different matchup,
Matt, that's a matchup that we only get to see on the big world stage, and it hasn't. It needs to happen, and I think it's really excited that an 18-year-old's not backing down. He doesn't have to. He can't back down. He's got to. That's somebody that's in his way, and he feels like if I can get that opportunity to wrestle, let's do it. And it seems like that's kind of the whole trend here with this whole Agon event. How did this matchup with Stroker get brought up to you?
Tony Ramos texted me about it and said they were trying to get some high school kids for it, and he asked me who I wanted to wrestle, and I was kind of looking at people that I could wrestle, and I knew Freddie had beaten me last time we wrestled, so I want to get one more chance at him, but I didn't know if it would work out. I heard some other names, and I said I don't care. I just think it'll be a great event, so I just want to wrestle in it, and it did end up working out that he wrestled in it, and so I think it worked out well for me. I'll get another crack at him, and it should be a good match.
Well, Hawkeye fans will get a chance to see the future of their team, Michael Kemerer, next Friday, Agon 5 in Cedar Rapids at the U.S. Cellular Center. You can go to agonwc.com, Ticketmaster. It's going to be on pay-per-view. If you're out in your neck of the woods and not making the whole trek out there to Iowa, let's get you on pay-per-view so you can watch this event. And we're all excited here at Takedown Wrestling that this is happening in Iowa in our backwoods. So tell everyone right now where they could find you on social media. I know you kind of you got off it for a while to focus on the state title, but now are you back on it?
Yeah, I kind of did it for Lent. It was my thing. I'm a real big social media guy, but I kind of go on if someone tries to contact me or like I need to promote this, but it's M_dog DAWG.
I love making you say that. I made you say it on the last interview, and I just love you making you say that. So, I appreciate you coming on here on behalf of Takedown Wrestling, iwrestle.com. Big fans, and we wish you the best of luck at the Agon event, and then Dream Team Classic, and then what is to come when you get on the college scene. Thank you again, and we will see you next Thursday.
Excited.